Hey, what's up? This is my 2001 Honda Prelude, and today I'm cleaning my EGR valve, and I thought I'd make a quick video. It's a very simple process. I threw a engine CEL 401 the other day, so upon doing some research, found out that that's the EGR system. That is a valve that recirculates some of the exhaust gas back into combustion, and it's more efficient, helps save the environment, etc. And it gets clogged up with carbon deposits because exhaust over time. This car is 200,000 miles. It was pretty gunked up. So even if you don't get a CEL, this is the kind of thing that I'd say if you have a Honda of this era that's got some miles on it, it's probably just very easy, good preventative maintenance. And I think this is gonna, there's 4 or 5 things that could cause the 401, but this is the most common from what I've read. And after looking at how much buildup was in my system, I have a feeling this is gonna be the fix. But we'll find out. But in the meantime, the way you get it off, the valve is sitting right here under the coil. So I'm looking at the front of the car, and right here to the right of the intake, bolted to this bracket is the coil, and it's just 3 bolts. I think they were 10s or 11s, I don't remember. They have these little gaskets. Be careful if you're following this to take them off, because they'll slip right out and fall. So be aware, there's like 3 little O-ring washer gasket things kind of hidden in there. Pull that off. Of course, you gotta unplug it, and then once you do that, it's just there's a couple vacuum hoses and things that you can pull off to make it easier. There's a connector that's on the valve itself, and then it's just 2 12s, and it pops right off. And this is the surface it's mated to. That whole thing was black with carbon. Both the intake and exhaust ports here were both pretty full. Not full, but caked up with a good thick layer of carbon. So I cleaned all that out with took a screwdriver and a rag and just kind of cleaned it out, sprayed some carb cleaner in there, got it real nice. And you can see here, this is just a lot of this gooks. A lot of it's blown away because it's a real windy day out today. But there was a lot of carbon dust and gook here. So I cleaned it out real good, and then to show you the EGR valve itself, it was also quite caked up with carbon. So you can buy one of these. There's like $300 and change from Honda. You can get aftermarket for like 32 bucks on eBay. I just wanted to go with my original because it's just a valve. I mean, it really is hard for these to break. So I figured if I cleaned it up, it would be fine. So I spent $2 at O'Reilly and got a new gasket, which actually did not have a gasket, surprisingly, but I'm putting a new gasket on there. And then this entire surface here was just caked. This nipple here where the valve goes up and down was just full of carbon, so I had to spray it out real good. Same here. And let me show you how to see if these work, because even if you clean it, if it's not working, it's not gonna be any good for you. So basically the way the valve works is when you have vacuum here, it will open and close this valve, and the way you can check it, you can see this little nipple right here going up and down. Hopefully you can see that. So the way you check it to see if it works, if you see if it's holding, is you just push it down from here, and then take your finger and cover up the hose right here, the pipe. And if it holds, it's good. So checking mine right now on the camera. Yeah. So it holds, so it's fine. So you want to check it before you reinstall the same valve, because if you install a valve that's no good, then you're probably not going to fix your problem. So check it. If it's broken, get a new one. Again, aftermarket, these are like 31 and change on eBay. And I'm about to put my new gasket on and put this back in. So anyhow, that's the, oh, and here's the part number if you need it. Again, O'Reilly's had one of these locally. So I'm about to put this back in, and if you don't hear back from me in a subsequent video, that means that it worked. So that is the EGR cleaning for a 01 Prelude, 97 to 2001, and it's very similar probably on most Hondas from this year. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. God bless you.